Welcome to my Wednesday ramblings. This weekend, the scriptures are just a little bit challenging for me. Several years ago, I decided that if I wanted to have my a eulogy that I had a little bit of input into, which was, I suspect, a little bit presumptuous, I was going to use the scripture readings for this particular Sunday as being the readings that would be, I'd hope, would be used at my funeral. Part of the reason is that my eulogy, or at least my attempt at a eulogy, was to speak and say what I hoped people would say about me. Not what they would, but what I would hope. And it starts off with that passage from chapter 10 of the Acts of the Apostles, where Peter comes to recognize and realize in the presence of Cornelius and his family that God has no favorites. And then in the second reading from the first letter of St. John and from the Gospel of John, there is the continuation of that statement about how love is to be the testimony, or at least the sign of what it means to be a follower of Christ. And so I set out that that's what I would like people to say about me at my eulogy. As I said, it's not necessarily what's going to happen, but it's what I would like to see happen. So this Sunday we continue the Now What theme of the message series, and we look at some more, another one of the themes of the plenary council material. But it's all centered around this whole notion of what is it that I would like people to say about me, honestly, I hope, at my funeral. And this challenge to say God has no favourites is how I would like to have been I would like to be remembered. That I lived my life without having favourites, but rather cared about everyone. That's a fairly big challenge in our world today. So perhaps you might just like to ponder that little thought before we get to the weekend, and see how we develop that in the homily for this coming Sunday. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of your week.